Here we are at Built Not Bought by Bruce. Just want to let you know this is really me. I'm not going to be in the frame for the video here. I'm going to have to back out, but I wanted to show you what's going on with the floor in the Econoline. So last week, Alfred and I did a bunch of cutting in here. We've cut out all of the rotted, rusted material. I will say that, you know, what's left of the floor, we're right on the border of the corrosion. So we have to be careful about how we do our welding here and make sure that we get a good weld and good clean weld. But I think we got enough material to work with. If we get a bunch of spot welds on here, then some seam sealer, I think we're going to be just fine. So the panels, the way they come, are flat, of course, and they're nice. They give you some extra material to work with, which is great. So first thing we did, we cut this out. We used an air saw, by the way, and you know what, let me grab it and show you in case you're not familiar. Is an air saw, and mine just happens to be a Blue Point. There's all kinds of them out there. Pretty simple tool. It's an air piston tool. Piston tools are really good. They don't wear out very much. The only thing you have to do is keep them good and clean. So, you know, quite often I'll run some WD-40 through this, you know, now and then just to clean it out, and then put regular air tool oil in it. So we used that, and what it allowed us to do, it allowed us to cut some round corners, if you will, some round edges. The cutoff tool, really you're limited pretty much to square corners. There were a couple of places where we wanted it rounded. The other thing I really wanted to do is, because this piece around, this is what the doghouse mounts to, it's got a nice contour to it. It makes it good and strong. It also has the serial number in it. So I wanted to maintain that. I didn't want to lose that. So originally, this floor piece, and I was just working on this now, this replacement floor piece comes in, and it's flat and it's generous. You know, it has the strength lines put into it, but it's generous enough, and I can show you with the other one, that it goes right over. There we go. It goes right over this piece, and that's what I didn't want to do. I wanted to maintain that factory. I wanted to maintain this factory piece around here. So I've trimmed this side out. Just trimmed it with a pair of shears, nothing, no rocket science there. Took it over to my multi-tool just to use the belt grinder to get some nice shape, get that corner nice and round. And right now, we're good and tight on this side. We're covering up to the front enough to get a weld on there. And this is sitting down in the depression here. So with some welds along here, it'll be nice and strong. It'll keep all of that contour. I trimmed this side back to miss these strengthening lines in the floor, the factory ones. So once that's tacked in, the other thing that I think I'm going to do on this side, I do have to cut a hole in it, a couple holes actually. One hole for the, let me see if I get that down there. This is for the master cylinder reservoir. So in these old trucks, the master cylinder is right up tight to the floor, and you need an access point. So I'm going to cut a hole there and come up with some kind of a nice plug, some kind of a way of covering that up, of course. But I do have to drill that out with a hole saw. Other than that, I think this panel is pretty much ready to go. I'm going to clean the satin coat off where I'm going to be welding. And I think probably this front edge will just go edge to edge. Actually, most of it we're going to go edge to edge. But here, this is the master cylinder mounting bracket. And it's good heavy steel. So I've been able to grind the tops off clean here and get a nice clean surface. And then what I'm going to do is mark the floor and drill 3 holes for some nice spot welds, some nice plug welds. And I'll get 3 nice plug welds on here. That's going to really make sure that we don't get any bloop bloop action in the floor, that it's anchored in real well. On the other side, the piece above the frame is still good enough that I can do the same thing along the frame piece there. So that'll give both sides some extra strength, and like I say, just eliminate that bloopy kind of floor issue. So that's what I'm working on. Like I say, this side, hey, that was noisy. This side I'm pretty happy with. That is the wrong side. This is the side I want. This side I'm pretty happy with. As soon as I get the other side cut out, then I'll get everything lined up and put some big C-clamps on here, hold it in place. And as I say, once I clean off the edges with a Scotch-Brite pad, get that satin coat off of there to make it weld nice, get that done, clamp it in, and then I think I can start playing with the MIG and tacking it and see how that goes. I'm thinking it should work fairly well. So there's an update for you. Just wanted to show you what I'm up to. I'm going to carry on with this other piece, and once I have everything fitting, I'll show you again how it's coming along. Thanks for watching.